How's it going? Thanks for tuning in to my channel again. I am reading Isaiah chapter 16 today. Would you please like and subscribe, turn on those notifications so you don't miss a video. We are going through the series of Isaiah, which is exciting. There's a lot of good stuff in here. You know, there's a lot of prophecies. And thank you for all that is watching, and thank you for everyone that is subscribed to my channel. I just want to say that. Send a lamb to the ruler of the land, from Silla to the wilderness, to the mount of the daughter of Zion. For it shall be as a wandering bird throws out of the nest. So shall be the daughters of Moab at the fords of the Arnon. Take counsel, execute judgment. Make your shadow like the night in the middle of the day. Hide the outcast. Do not betray him who escapes. Let my outcast dwell with you, O Moab. Be a shelter to them from the face of the spoiler. For the extortioner is at an end. Devastation ceases. The oppressors are consumed out of the land. In mercy the throne will be established, and one will sit on it in truth, in the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking justice and hastening righteousness. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, of his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath, but his lies shall not be so. Therefore Moab shall wail for Moab. Everyone shall wail for the foundations of Kir Hareseth. You shall mourn, surely they are stricken. For the fields of Heshbon languish, and the vine of Sibmah. The lords of the nations have broken down its choice plants, which have reached to Jezer, and wandered through the wilderness. Her branches are stretched out. They are gone over the sea. Therefore I will bewail the vine of Sibmah, with the weeping of Jezer. I will drench you with my tears, O Heshbon and Eleli. There's some weird names back then. For battle cries have fallen over your summer fruits and your harvest. Gladness is taken away, and joy from the plentiful field. In the vineyards there will be no singing, nor will there be shouting. No treaders will tread out wine in the presses. I have made their shouting cease. Therefore my heart shall resound like a harp for Moab, and my inner being for Kir Heres. And it shall come to pass, when it is seen that Moab is weary on the high place, that he will come to his sanctuary to pray, but he will not prevail. This is the word which the Lord had spoken concerning Moab since that time. But now the Lord has spoken, saying, within 3 years, as the years of a hired man, the glory of Moab will be despised, with all that great multitude, and the remnant will be very small and feeble. Wow. That's very interesting. Now I'll be reading Streams in the Desert, March 25th. Without faith it is impossible to please God. Without anyone who comes to him must believe, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. Hebrews 11:6. We all need faith. We all need faith for desperate days, and the Bible is filled with accounts of such days. Its story is told with them. Its songs are inspired by them. Its prophecy deals with them, and its revelation has come through them. Desperate days are the stepping stones on the path of light. They seem to have been God's opportunity to provide our school of wisdom. Psalm 107 is filled with stories of God's lavish love. In every story of deliverance, it was man. I can't read today. It was humankind coming to the point of desperation that God gave us the opportunity to act. Arriving at their wits' end, Psalm 107:27, of desperation was the beginning of God's power. Remember the promise made to a couple, as good as dead, that their descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky, and as countless as the sand on the seashore. Hebrews 11:12. Read once again the story of the Red Sea deliverance, and the story of how the priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the middle of Jordan. Joshua 3:17. Study once more the prayers of Asa, Jehoshaphat, and Hezekiah when they were severely troubled, not knowing what to do. Go over the history of Nehemiah, Daniel, Hosea, and Habakkuk. Stand with awe in the darkness of Gethsemane, and linger by the tomb in Joseph of Arimathea's garden. Through those difficult days, call to account the witnesses of the early church and ask the apostles to relate the story of their desperate days. Desperation is better than despair. Remember, our faith did not create our desperate days. Faith's work is to sustain us through those days and to solve them. Yet the only alternative to desperate faith is despair. Faith holds on and prevails. There is not a more heroic example of desperate faith than the story of the three Hebrew young men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Their situation was desperate, but they bravely answered, "If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it, and he will rescue us from your hand, O King. But even if he does not, we want you to know, O King, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." Daniel 3:17-18. I especially like the words, "but even if he does not." Let me briefly mention the Garden of Gethsemane and ask you to ponder its neverthelessness, if it be possible. Nevertheless, there we go. Matthew 26:39. Our Lord's soul was overwhelmed by deep darkness. To trust meant experiencing anguish to the point of blood and darkness to the very depths of hell. Nevertheless. Find a hymnal and sing your favorite hymn of desperate faith. That's Chadwick. When obstacles and trials seem like prison walls to be, I do the little I can do and leave the rest to thee. And when there seems no chance, no change from grief can set me free, hope finds its strength in helplessness and calmly waits for thee. Well, that's the end of that chapter. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked that reading. And thank you for everyone that is subscribed. I hope you got something out of this reading, and may you be blessed by it. May you have a great rest of your week. And remember, the God that created the heavens and the earth is by your side. Thanks for watching. God bless you.